YouTubers, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. It has been a hot minute. If you're new here, my name is Kayla and I'm here to serve you some literary goodness on this fine Monday. I want to just apologize profusely for my absence the past couple of weeks, as well as my absence on Instagram and Twitter and all my social media. February is a bit of a rough month. College has really taken a beat down on my immune system, so I was sick a few times this past month. I still a little bit am, if you can tell. February, classes really kind of kicked it into high gear, which I was not expecting nor appreciative of, but hey, it happens. I also started 2 new jobs and I was transitioning between jobs throughout February. So I started at a library. I didn't really love my library situation. Got a job at a bookstore and then had to transition to a bookstore, do training. So I did training and working shifts for both of them, and that was a lot of commute time, so not a lot of reading got done. Also, I should mention that I was in a horrible reading slump throughout the month of February. For some reason, just everything I picked up I did not enjoy or could not finish. I am going to film a February wrap-up and explain it more, but I just picked up 6 or 7 books and tried to get through them, and I just wasn't into any of them, which was super discouraging and made me not want to read for a little bit, which is always not fun if you're a bookworm. And it was especially discouraging after having such an amazing January where I read 6 really incredible books that I really enjoyed. To just not like anything in February was really disheartening. Which sucks. So I was in a really bad reading slump. I was still buying books, but too many things were happening that I just never had time to read them, and anything I did read I didn't like. Also, I think I jumped into 2018 with a lot of goals for RoyReadingCo, and I was really excited about them, and I think I just worked myself a little bit too hard in the first month and a half of the year that I got a little bit burnt out, and obviously filming is something that's really fun for me, and I think I kept trying to, I saw a little bit of success and I kept trying to push it farther and farther and grow it more, which is great if you're not in college full-time and also not working a part-time job. So I think I pushed myself just a little bit too hard and took the fun out of filming, because doing this right now is so much fun and I love doing this, but I made it not fun for myself and I turned it into a job, another job, which made me not want to do it. So we're still going to keep on the same trajectory, but not be so intense about it, and not just stress myself out unnecessarily in order to do this job. So, but I am on spring break this week, so I'm doing a lot of pre-filming and getting a lot of stuff ready for you guys, because I do want to get back into the swing of things, you know. And I'm very excited, and I have some fun things planned for you. I'm mad I didn't get to show you my Valentine's Day games, so maybe I'll show them to you still, because I still have the footage. But yeah, I have a really fun video for you guys today, so let's get on into it. So we also have a new segment rolling at RoyReadingCo, and this is purely a result of my nerdiness, and I love it. So when I'm filming, I kind of get myself into a zone and a vibe, and I clean the room up somewhat, sorry. And I get ready and I eat breakfast and I write out what I'm gonna do for the day, and then it's just bang, checking off all these tasks like I'm at a day job, like I'm at an office working. And I feel like everyone at their office has a cup of coffee with them or something to get them through the day. Every time I go to film, I have a mug of tea. So our new segment that we're going to have in every RoyReadingCo video is going to be Tea Time with Kayla, where I show you guys the tea that I'm drinking and talk about it a little bit, and also display the mug, because I have a serious, I don't want to spoil my mug though, I have a serious mug collecting problem. If we go somewhere and there's merchandise and there's a mug, I'm likely to buy it. If I see a cute mug at Target for $5, I'm likely to buy it. If it has my initials on it, I'm likely to buy it. If it's white and has flowers, I'm likely to buy it. I will buy mugs any day of the week. I could go to Target for 55 other things and still come home with 3 mugs. So this is our first episode of tea time with Kayla, and I haven't even told you what book makeup look we're doing yet. Also, it's Makeup Monday. I don't think I've said that yet. But today I am drinking out of this lovely Target mug that my mom got me the last time we went to Target together because I was a baby and I really wanted this mug. But it's so cute. I love the little cauldron shape, and these flowers are gorgeous. I love the brush font. It says "Hello Lovely" if you can't read it. She's super cute. This is one of my favorite mugs so far that I've gotten this year. And right now I'm drinking a detox tea. This is a green detox tea from the Republic of Tea. It's actually been really hot, so I haven't tried it yet. Ooh. It's a green tea, so it's like a little bit, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it's a sweeter taste. It's like, it tastes a little bit like candy, honestly, and I kind of like it. It's got like a fruity essence to it, which is really nice, and it's got caffeine, which is great for morning filming. So, but I'm really enjoying it. So, Republic of Tea, or organic detox tea. Yay. So now we're actually going to get into the book look for today's Makeup Monday. And I was thinking I was going to do a book, like actually take the cover, put it on my face, and I was super excited. But then I was like, I don't just want to pick any book. Like, I want to pick one that I've read and I've really, really enjoyed recently. But as we all know, February was a slump month, so I didn't really read anything that I enjoyed. But I was like, okay, so why don't I give myself like March, early April to read books, to read, figure things out, figure out what I'm liking. And in the meantime, for the month of February, March, that's another thing. February went by way too fast. Like, it ended and I was like, what do you mean it's March? No, it's not. It's February 3rd and it's like March 7th. Anyway, time is moving too quickly. 2018 is already 25% over. But I was like, I need like 4 looks to do in the middle that are still bookish related. And then she hit me. And I was like, okay, I could do this. I'm going to do a Harry Potter house each week. And I'm so excited. So this first week, I tried to be very not spoilery in my outfit. But I'm going to be doing Slytherin. Slytherin is one of my favorite houses, even though it is not officially my house. I am officially a Gryffindor. I've taken the Pottermore quiz like 6 times because I wanted to be sure that I am a Gryffindor. That is a badge you wear with honor, and you only wear it if it is legitimate. So, because I am hardcore in all things, I took the quiz 4 times. And then I took it again yesterday to be sure that I was a Gryffindor, because I was going to do Gryffindor makeup today. But I took it and something shook me that has never happened before. I got Slytherin. And I don't know if college has like changed me as a person, but now I'm a Slytherdor, which is like nothing that I've ever wanted in my life. Like, I was happy being 100% Gryffindor, but I have always been intrigued by Slytherins. Because I've always been intrigued by Slytherins, and apparently part of my soul is Slytherin, I figured I would start this with a Slytherin look. So it'll be green. I have a very fun halo I've planned, and let's get into it and be dark and mysterious and cunning. It's drying down. So, how is life, bookworms? I miss you guys, you know? I miss this. I miss sitting in front of a camera, talking into the void. My dog thinks I'm insane every time I do this. How is life? Oh, and that was the NYX Honey Do Me Up primer. It is an antiseptic honey primer with some gold flecks for radiance. How are things? I would really like to know. What is everyone reading? What is everyone enjoying? How is everyone's 2018 going? Whew. God. So, one of the things that I bought was a Morphe brush set, which came with like 14 brushes, and it was amazing. So, they don't have, because it came in a brush set, they don't have the numbers that a regular Morphe brush would have, but I'm going to go back and find them, and I'll put like a little with the makeup brush name. So the first new thing, in addition to the brushes that I got in February, was I got the Anastasia Beverly Hills DipBrow Pomade Gel in chocolate. So this is a new eyebrow product that a lot of people have tried and really liked, but I wanted to stray away from my regular pencils because, like, what is life without a little bit of a challenge? I think it's harder to draw brows on with DipBrow than... So I'm just spooling through my brows, making sure that they're clean and nice, and just going to dab a little bit on there. And I like to start in the middle of this arch because the inner part of my brow here, the bottom line should be a little bit lighter, and then this should actually have a lot more product as you define the tail. But it's nice to get an even gauge by just starting in the middle and making sure you don't have too much or too little product. And so I just follow along the bottom of my natural brow line, like so. And sometimes I'm a little hesitant with product, so like right now there's nothing on my hand, so I'm going to dig in a little bit more, really get the product moving. And just draw out my little wing, define him, give him some oomph. Yeah, that's actually really nice. Okay, and so then I've defined my tail shape. I'm just gonna go back along the top of the wing and also define it. And I tried concealing my brows a lot this month, but I didn't notice a ton of a difference. So see, I'm going to take a little light line under this part that doesn't have as much product. I want a defined tail. And then I'm taking a little bit more of my brow, DipBrow, and just working it through and a little bit up, like the little vertical lines, to make individual hairs and shade through. So those are my brows. Though I'm not going to conceal them, I'm going to dab a little bit of like a light concealer shade right under here, just because I like it to be really differentiated from any eyeshadow that I'm going to put there. And also concealer makes a pretty good base for eyeshadows, even though I don't like to prime my lids. So I'm just going to take a flat synthetic brush and dab it really close to the line, but more down into my actual shadow lines. So now we're going to do foundation. My skin is primed and ready to go. I'm going to dab a little bit of chapstick on though now, so we can moisturize prior to the liquid lip, because the liquid lip we're about to use is freaking intense today. Ooh, God. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, so I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is the Undetectable Medium to Full Coverage Foundation. I have noticed it's really, really buildable, and this is in Warm Nude. Even though this was like the most cool toned foundation that I tried today. So yeah, I'm just gonna dab a little bit of it on with the end of my wet beauty blender. Damp, not wet. Warm water, so it melts into the skin a little better. Just the tail end has the more defined point, makes it easier to do the dots around your head. And just dabbing it on and down my neck as well for later blending. So I do just want to reiterate how sorry I am for being so absent lately. Just a lot of things came at me. I'm gonna take the flat end and start buffing out my foundation. Not only school and stuff, but just life. Obviously we've talked enough about my reading slump for today. But I kind of do things with life, like it's the season to find a roommate. But I was also having some struggles with school itself, and this will all be in my end of semester review. I didn't end up putting up my first semester review because a lot of the things I felt in second semester contradicted exactly what I was saying in the first semester review, which I think would have been fine to show like the change, but I was so conflicted about second semester that I could not bring myself to look at that footage and be like, why did everything go wrong? And I know I'm being very vague and sounding very dramatic, but so I will explain. This semester I'm taking Introduction to Creative Writing, which is the class that you have to take and get an A- in to be a creative writing concentrator in addition to your English degree at Boston College. And I really wanted to be a creative writing concentrator, but now I don't know that I want to be a creative writing concentrator at BC. Basically, I met with my professor and I had explained to him the writing that I did online that got decently famous. I don't talk about it a lot because I am very ashamed of that work. That was not good writing, and I would rewrite it in a heartbeat. Take it down, rewrite it so easily. But I did write a book online that had about 4 million readers on it, which is incredible. I wrote it when I was a junior in high school, which I think is really awesome. If those had translated to paper sales, that would have been even better. But alas, here we are. But I was telling him about it, and I was talking to him about the poetry collection that I'm working on right now. And he was basically just like, I don't want you in my class. And I was like, excuse me? Like, what? And I was like, fuck, I can't write. Like, shit. What am I doing? And he was like, I think you're too successful for this class. Like, I don't think... I'm going to take a little bit more because it's a little bit medium coverage and I'm wanting a full coverage vibe today. Ooh. And he was basically just like, I'm afraid that I'm going to ruin your writing style and make it like mine, which has a really, really narrow readership, and not like yours that is actually successful. And I was a little bit like, what do you mean? And he was like, I'm not sure that there's a professor at BC that's going to make your writing better. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm paying almost $80,000 a year to go to this institution to get a good degree and to improve as a writer, and if I can't do it at BC, then where? And so I was thinking hardcore about transferring in February. That was a lot of a stress of my month. I knew I was going to have to take time off of BookTube because I might have to be filling out college applications again, and no one wants to do that. So that was one of the things that happened in February. I have decided henceforth not to transfer just yet. I'm going to see how fall semester of sophomore year goes, and then if it's like a shit show like this semester has kind of turned out to be, then I will look at other programs in Boston. So now I'm going to go in with some concealer and do my highlight. Do I want to do that just yet though? No, I'm going to do eyes. I'm going to take this rounded synthetic brush, flat brush, and I actually do now have eyelid primer, which is like, what? I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals Prime Time eyelid primer. It doesn't have a shade name, so there's that. Oh, God. So that was part of the reason. Also, I was experiencing a little bit of anxiety because, like, obviously I'm young, I'm 19. I was trying to meet new people, talk to new people, make some new friends, especially in the figuring out who's going to be your roommate next year situation. People, you have to be really open with people about who you are. And so a lot of people just like don't understand the BookTube thing. And for the most part, the people that I surround myself with are really cool with it and think that it's really awesome, which is great. But BC is also not the biggest like bookworm place, and maybe I just haven't found those people yet. But a lot of people, you tell them you run a BookTube and they're like, you run a what? Like, you have 9 heads and 5 arms, and they're like, you do what in your free time? And it's like, yeah, I don't just binge drink and hook up with people. I read. And that's really hard. especially like when you're young and trying to talk to guys or whatever. And because I was being so anxious and like I knew that I needed a break from booktube and bookstagram and stuff, I couldn't watch booktube. Like, okay, so now we are done with the priming of the eyelids. We are set to go. Which palette are we going to go into? Of course we're going to go into the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collaboration palette. I have just discovered that these shades all have names, apparently. It's not printed anywhere on this packaging. I guess it was on the unicarton that the palette came in, but like I'm not going to keep the unicarton for the shade names. So we're just going to go with the classic point and whatnot. So we're going to take a really large, fluffy, natural hair brush from Morphe. I've been using this a lot to do my transition shade into the base foundation nude shade. So I'm just going to go into this one. I've stopped blending them for some reason. Tap off my excess. And just work this into the crease of my eye. And I wanted to make a disclaimer with all of that stuff I was talking about with anxiety. Like, never change yourself for other people. Be proud of who you are. Be happy with who you are. And, like, if you also struggle with anxiety, like, I get it. I vibe with you. I understand. And if you ever need somebody to talk to about anxiety and stuff, I'm your girl. I've been struggling for years. And I thought, after last semester, I thought I had, like, anxiety in the bag. Like, I was over this. But then I got to this semester, and I realized that I kind of wanted to, like, maybe date somebody. Or I kind of wanted to find a roommate. And I was like, ah! It's so nerve-wracking, and I totally get it. And we're gonna get through it together. Now, so I'm going to take the same brush that has our eyelid primer on it because it's a little bit tacky, and with this pigmented shade I want as much control over the pigment as possible. So we're going to just go right into the palette. We're just going to jump right in. We have the transition base, which is what we need. We have our tacky synthetic round brush, and I'm just going to go in for a couple swipes of this green. Holy pigment! There ain't no excess coming off. And I'm nervous. So I'm just gonna do one of these. Okay, okay. It's not as bad actually as I thought it was gonna be. Right around my outer corner, I'm gonna try and pack the pigment, but also kind of doing a guiding motion that, like, I don't want just like a stark line. Okay. Nice, nice. Okay. Excellent. Base level, I'm okay with it. I'm not mad. But now I'm going to go in and do the inner corner as well. Oh! I saw, Jaclyn did a review with this palette and used these colors, and she did a phenomenal job. So we're patting out to blend, which is nice. I also don't want my brown eyes to get, like, lost in this look though. Okay. So now I've kind of, like, I've done it. Success. But I don't want harsh lines, so I'm gonna blend like a son of a gun into the crease as well, just kind of trailing that color without losing the pigmentation. Like, sometimes if you overblend, you lose your pigment really, really easily. But I figured also, because we're doing we're doing a Harry Potter look, that this would be like the perfect time to talk about Harry Potter in my life. Obviously Harry Potter is a huge, what do you want? A huge influence in my life. I'm going to connect the two sides of my color right through the middle of my crease really, really lightly, so it's not like super distracting. But also, why is this doing this? But I should talk about what Harry Potter means to me. Just give you guys a little bit of that rundown. of the HP. So I remember when the first 2 Harry Potter movies came out and they would play on Disney Channel or ABC Family all the time because kids loved them. They were obsessed with Harry Potter. It was really when Harry Potter kind of peak started to grow. I loved the movies. The second one was my favorite for so long. I think until the 4th book came out. And then I remembered that I found out that they were books and I wanted to read them. So my sister and I got our first paperback copies of Harry Potter at BJ's. She got the first one and I got the second. And my older cousins Dana and Sean came to visit with my Uncle Paul that summer, and they were asking me what I was reading because I've obviously been a bookworm my whole life, so everyone knows I like to read. And they were like, you know, oh, like, have you read them all? And I was like, no, I've only read the first 2. And he went home, my Uncle Paul, he's such a gem. Shout out to you, Uncle Paul, this video is because of you. He went home and shipped me all of the hardcovers, which is the hardcover collection that I have. Now, he shipped them all to me like that week, and then I just like had them all at my disposal because the 7th one had already come out. So we just like read them, and my sister still never read them. Actually last night I just gave her a paperback copy of The Sorcerer's Stone because the girl needs to get on that before she dies. My dad read them. We would go to all of the movies once they came out in theaters. Like, it'd be like a dad and daughter date because my mom is not a fan of Harry Potter. Like, that is the one thing in life she does not like to watch with us, and that's Harry Potter. She'll like actually leave the room. She's not a fan of magic, which that's a boring way to live, Omira. But yeah, it's really great. I fell in love with them. I ate the books up, and I was only maybe like 9 or so when I started to read Harry Potter. So I was like pretty young, and then that for a while was all that I read. Like, I would just reread. I'm still blending this pigment to high heaven so I don't look like a freak. But yeah, I would reread them and reread them. I've read the Harry Potter series in total 7 times. I'm trying to reread them because I've read the first 3 like at least 15 times, but I never get past book 3 and I don't know why, and it stresses me out. So that's one of my goals for this year, is to reread all of them. It's been a huge part of my life. It's a big part of my childhood and how I grew up. I finally met friends that were as Harry Potter nerdy as I was, because a lot of kids my age were not Harry Potter nerdy to my degree in elementary school and middle school, but in high school I kind of like found my crew and they were like, we love Harry Potter, and I'm like, yeah, I love you guys for a reason. Pottermore opened and I was obsessed with Pottermore back when they did like the first, I think 3 or 4 books, and they turned them actually into an interactive video game. Coolest thing ever. They need to bring back old Pottermore because a new Pottermore is not as fun. JK, on to you, girl. So I've read like everything on Harry Potter except for the screenplays. I can't get into the Cursed Child screenplay. It's not canon at all. Fight me on that one. It is not canon. J.K. Rowling didn't even write that. That's not how any of those interactions would have gone down in the J.K. sphere. Just no, ma'am. I also learned how to knit when I was a kid, so then when I found out that there was a Harry Potter pattern book for knitting, you know, I bought it. And I've been making things ever since. I made my dad a Gryffindor scarf, which is really freaking cool. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the halo part of the eye. I'm going to dab a little bit of my Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer in the center just to make it really clean, and then we'll go back in and blend the lines. But I'm okay with how this looks so far. The movies were something I watched like literally still to this day. Pretty much the only things that I watch in terms of movies are Harry Potter and Disney movies. I'm sorry, I'm a child forever. And then I like really in high school fell in love with the whole sphere of Harry Potter and how like so many details and the intricacies of the series and how JK put that series together and the actual magic that is the writing of Harry Potter. And then I joined BookTube, and like I started to work at a bookstore, and my bookstore started to sell Harry Potter merchandise even more, and I started to get owl crates that had Harry Potter items in them. Like, literally, Harry Potter is so joyous, and I would not be the same person without Harry Potter, honestly. And I know that sounds dramatic, but like, it's the goddamn truth. I went to Spain last year for 2 weeks and I studied abroad, and I spent more money in the Harry Potter store in the London airport on my layover than I did in the entire 2-week period that I was in Spain. I'm going to take this like silvery green glitter shade in the middle. My brush is wet. Packing the glitter pigment onto the brush and then right onto the concealer in the center of my eye. Ah! I just smacked some glitter on the middle of my eye to create a little like halo effect, some dimension to the eye. Now that we've got the pigment down, I don't want to like lose the stark lines, but I also don't want them to be too stark where it looks stupid. So I'm just going to take this natural hair brush that we use to kind of blend out the lines of the halo look and just pat around the lines between the glitter and the halo with a little bit more of that green, just so they blend really beautifully. Totally channeling Slytherin looks, and I'm very excited about this. But we're not done with glitter yet. So we're going to take the Morphe Zodiac palette, and we've got some like, that's also a really great Slytherin green. That's almost more Slytherin green. Holy shite. Okay, so I'm going to wet this with my toner water. You don't want it to be soaking wet, but damp. And then this, you know what shade we're going for. Oh yeah, yes, 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 ma'am. I'm just gonna, oh god, layer it right over the green glitter, evenly though, because if this gets streaky up in here, we're gonna have some issues. So you just want to layer it right on top of that green, give it a bigger pop. So now we're gonna do the bottom lash line of the look, blend out a color. I'm going to use a really, really fine rounded synthetic brush and go back in here, and just because we're using the green, I'm going to actually take the Zodiac palette green. Also, no names for these shades. But I'm going to go into here and take this beauty right here, this green, and right around my lash line and into this green here. Just connect it with my upper lid. We don't have lashes and liner on. Eye makeup will always look weird without eyelashes and liner on. Larger synthetic fluffy blender brush and just blend out the harsh edges. I'm gonna do liner and lashes off camera. I'm gonna go take a minute and put it on. For liner today, I'm not going to be using a specific eyeliner because I don't have one that I really like right now, but I'm going to be using Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipstick in Weirdo. It is just a matte black shade. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we are here today because look at these eyes. I think the Morphe lash, this is the Morphe lash in the style Daydreamer, I think just are so dramatic and perfect that they just bring this whole look together. And I did a very, very small cat eye wing. I'll do some close-ups so y'all can see later. I'll insert them in here. The black waterline really smoked it all out. I'm really happy with this Slytherin look, and I would wear this daily. I might wear this for the rest of the day. Who's to stop me? But before we finish this up, I already know that this is a lot of me talking and a lot of makeup. Let's do the contour and highlight and be done with this. So I'm going to start with my highlight. I have been really into a concealer highlight right now. So this is the Morphe the Morphe concealer stick in shade Vanilla Pudding. This is, I think, their lightest shade. And this concealer, I will say, is not the most full coverage, but for $4, it does a pretty good job of concealing. So I'm just going to do my little highlightation where I can. It's super light and creamy, but when you blend it out, it doesn't blend out into nothing. But I can't get over these eyes. Like, look at that. That blended out so easy, but the highlight is still there. God, I am in love with this. I am just 50 shades in love with this look. Okay, that is our concealer highlight. Ooh. And honestly, the concealer doesn't feel like super greasy. It feels like a little greasy. It's obviously a cream concealer. It's not a liquid one that dries down really well, but it's not like, I don't feel like my makeup's dripping off my face. So next we're going to take our powder contour kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills in light to medium. This is, like I said, the powder contour kit. So now I want a colder contour today because I'm a Slytherin, I'm cold, and I'm ambitious. I'm going to take this middle shade right here on my large Real Techniques brush. Just load up on that powder. And just start contouring. Just going to bring it around the forehead, and then around my cheekbones. No. Yep, this is my cheekbone. My jawline. So we are like literally almost done. We just have the highlight and the lip left. So for highlight today, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in the shade Flexitarian. This is a synthetic highlighter. It's not a synthetic, it's like almost like a powdery gel. I don't like using a brush. It typically just moves my foundation around, and sometimes beauty blenders do that too. So I'm just going to take my finger. Oh shit, this is such a good highlighter, guys. The Super Shocks from ColourPop are like literally $7, and they're so amazing. Look at that glow, that absolute glow. That is incredible. I'm excited to put this on my nose. I'm really excited to put this on my nose. Oh god. Yes. You know, I slept on these highlighters for a while. This shade Flexitarian is like the perfect silvery gold, like ever. It's like a platinum color. Get the Cupid's bow. Oh god. Okay. Alright, I'm not mad at it. Just a little bit of finger pigment. And I'm going to use a synthetic to do my inner corner because Mama's trying to be exact with this eye. I think the brow bone looks great. I think this cool toned contour though and this eye make me look very, very intense. Okay. So this was the light shader that we used to blend out the bottom. Also, my headband is off. It's the blended small blender or synthetic shader. I'm just gonna pop it on the inner corner. Hell yes. Okay. Okay. That's all there is to be said, folks. That. Okay, bookworms, my camera just decided to die on me. But this is the final look. I don't know if my camera caught it before it died, but the lipstick that we used was the Jeffree Star Velour liquid lipstick. In the shade Weirdo, that black color that we used for eyeliner. And then I let it dry down a little bit and then just patted some of the green from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, the green glitter that we have on the center of the lid, right onto the Cupid's bow of the lip, and it actually came out pretty cool. It made like a metallic type lip, if you can see that, and it almost makes it look like it's a metallic green lipstick, but it's not. If you can see, there's our little like cat eye wing and the lashes. This is a close-up of the final look so you guys can see like my eyes and stuff and what happened here. Ignore that large volcano on my forehead. Oops. The lipstick did bleed a little bit into my liquid foundation, which I don't know why. I'm a little mad about that. But I am like not over this highlight. Like, Do you see this glow? This absolute glow. I am so happy with this. I took my hair down. I'm getting some serious Bellatrix Lestrange vibes. And I love this. I love this so much. I would for sure 110% wear this on the daily. Maybe not the lip, because the lip is a little intense. But I love this look. Slytherin, I think I love the colors. I love like forest green. And this eye, I'm just so happy with it. I really liked this look. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know in the comments down below. Next week will be Gryffindor, so all y'all Gryffindors out there, get ready. I'm still trying to like blend out my nose highlight because it's a little bit like punching me in the face. Blinding me. Stop it, nose. So yeah, so next week will be Gryffindors. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video, let me know in the comments down below. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because you'll get more wild, fun like this craziness. My mouth like doesn't even look like it's attached. Like my lips don't look attached to my mouth. They look like they're like edited on. So yeah, this is my look. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Make sure to check me out on social media and be my friend on the interwebs. You can find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Pinterest, and Goodreads as RoyReadingCo. And I need some friends, so go find me there. And yeah, subscribe to this channel so you can get some new videos up. I promise I won't go on a random 3-week hiatus without telling anyone again. No promises, I'll warn you next time. Yeah, and have a wonderful day and happy reading to everyone. I hope you enjoyed this Makeup Monday. This was so much fun and I can't wait to do next week's look. So I will see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day, bookworms. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon for another one.